Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Final Fantasy video. Yes, we're going to talk Final Fantasy again on the channel. I know it's been a while since DFO, but I got a lot of DFO people out there that are still interested in just Final Fantasy news, right? And so what this video is about, this is something I've been following closely for a long time since it was initially announced. And I did make a couple of like YouTube and Twitter posts about this, but I wanted to do an actual video just so I could have a spot in the comments for you guys to give your reaction. I can kind of explain in more detail what is going on here. I think some people saw the post and they weren't really sure what I was talking about, right? So what is going on right now is Magic the Gathering is doing basically a crossover or a collaboration with Final Fantasy. And I've actually known about this for nearly a year. It's been a long time. Like, they announced this a while ago. But now is the first time we're actually getting like information on some of the cards. And I'm going to share all of the information I know about this with you guys. So what is happening is Magic the Gathering is doing an entire set of cards featured around Final Fantasy. And this is very similar to how Magic did like a Lord of the Rings collaboration, and they had an entire booster set with Lord of the Rings stuff in it. So since this was announced, I've been incredibly hyped for it because I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy, obviously. I actually play Magic the Gathering, so that makes it even cooler because I'm going to build Final Fantasy decks now. But I would say even if you're not a fan of Magic the Gathering, this can be cool just if you are, say, a card collector. I think this could be a good set for people who are Final Fantasy fans that want to collect like really cool cards with interesting artwork of their favorite Final Fantasy characters that they could just have collections or get graded or whatever. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, there already is a Final Fantasy trading card game. It has its own dedicated card game, and it is still going. The thing that's significant about this is that Magic the Gathering has like way more popularity. Like, it is a card game that is not going to die. So it's kind of cool that Final Fantasy like permanently have a place within this major card game. I think there are a lot of people that play the Final Fantasy card game and people that like it. Someone offhand that I can mention is like Josepher. That's how his YouTube channel, and this is going to be for DFO people. If you're not a DFO person, you're going to have no idea who I'm talking about. But my DFO people that are watching, you guys know Josepher. He was one of the bigger Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia content creators out there. But his channel started on Final Fantasy trading card games. So he was someone who really played the game and enjoyed it. Now, they are still making cards for this. So I would say if you're interested in collecting Final Fantasy cards and you just didn't know about any of this, definitely go to like TCG Player or something like that, and you can find really cool singles for the Final Fantasy trading card game. And what's cool about it is, since it's maybe not as popular of a card game, if you just want to collect singles of characters, it's actually fairly cheap to collect. And something I've personally done with the Final Fantasy trading card game is I've collected every card that they've released with artwork from Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. They've actually released quite a few cards using the artwork from that game, so it's kind of my physical default card collection. If you guys want me to do a video showcasing my default card collection, let me know in the comments. If there's enough interest for it, I will do it and show you all my Final Fantasy trading card game cards, because I've actually gotten some graded. I've got, like I said, a little binder with all default cards, and I just have some other like cool foils that I like. But back to Magic the Gathering, which is what the video is about. What I want to do is I want to show you the artwork that has been released. They haven't released much, but I'm going to show you the artwork that has been released, and then I'm going to tell you some facts that I do know that have been like guaranteed that they have talked about are going to happen, that I've researched, right? So first thing, we have some nice Sephiroth artwork here. So my boy Sephiroth's looking very good right there. This one, which I think I'm going to use as the thumbnail, it's not just Tidus and Yuna, it's Tidus and Yuna getting close. So I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to really enjoy this card. Very cool artwork, by the way. This is the one thing too. The one advantage I would say the Magic the Gathering cards are going to have over the Final Fantasy trading card game. Not that Final Fantasy doesn't already have like good art in it, but the Final Fantasy trading card game pretty much just uses like official art. There are some cards that do have like unique artworks and like anime arts and stuff, which is cool. But these Magic the Gathering artworks are just so unique and such a different style than we're used to seeing for Final Fantasy. So you're going to get all like brand new unique artworks here, which I think is really cool. There's Lightning. In the card title they did show for this is Lightning Army of One is the name of this card, which is very cool. So yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of Lightning. We've got my boy Kefka. So Final Fantasy VI fans rejoice. Love me some Final Fantasy VI. Then we just have a Moogle. Not sure exactly which Final Fantasy it's from, but it's a Moogle nonetheless. We like our Moogles. And then this is Emmett Sek, I think is his name. I'm not as familiar with this character, but I know you other Final Fantasy fans are very familiar with him. So a villain character there. Very, very cool artwork, right? So that's pretty much like all that we have confirmed for artwork. Now, some things that I will tell you that I have found out about this through, they made some additional announcements with this, and I kind of did a little bit of digging. But something that was announced very early on is that the set will contain every main protagonist from all of the main numbered Final Fantasy games. So initially that was 1 through 15. Now what I had to dig on for this is 16 going to be included? And I did get confirmation, yes, this will include Final Fantasy 16, which means this will be your first ever chance to get a Clive trading card. Because up until now, FF16 has not been in the official Final Fantasy card game. Now, Final Fantasy card game does have a set dropping like very, very soon. So there's a chance 16 could be in there. But, Clive is going to be pretty much guaranteed because he is the main protagonist. And then I would assume characters like Jill and Joshua, maybe Gav, like some of these characters could be in there as well. Maybe Clive, or well, not Clive. There will be Clive. Sid is what I'm talking about. Sid could be in there. But for characters other than the main protagonist, I can't guarantee. I'm going to assume main antagonist as well. So probably, like the way I referred to it for those of you that are old DFFOO players, pretty much like the old burst weapon schedule is what is guaranteed. Because when burst weapons were originally released in DFFOO, it was only main protagonist and antagonist. So those are the types of characters that are guaranteed to be in there, but all other side characters, there's no guarantee, right? I think it's fair to say, though, like, the really popular characters like Tifa, Aerith, like, they're probably going to be in there, right? FF6 Terra would be... They consider Terra to be the main protagonist, but it would be safe to assume a character like Locke and Cell is probably big enough that they're going to make it in the set. The thing is these Final Fantasy sets are big, so they got room, or these Magic the Gathering sets are large. So they have room to get a lot of characters in. But do not make any assumption, like, I don't think they're going to have Tactics. I don't think they're going to have Crystal Chronicles. I think it's pretty clear that, here, let me close this really quick. I think it's going to be pretty clear that it is going to be only from the mainline numbered Final Fantasy games is what's guaranteed. They could have other things, right? So, and the release date, that's the other big thing I got to tell you. The official release date is June 13th. 2025. So when they initially announced this like about a year ago, they said spring 2025. Technically June 13th is spring because it doesn't turn summer till June 22nd, but they literally waited till the last moment of spring. But yeah, June 13th. So mark your calendars. I would highly suggest, if you're interested in like booster boxes and stuff, I would probably pre-order this early. I could see this stuff going like hotcakes, but they will produce a lot of it. So Lord of the Rings, once again, sold a lot, but there was plenty of it out when the set was out. But you definitely don't want to like dawdle on it, because like right now, if I wanted to go buy like Lord of the Rings packs and stuff, it's a lot harder to find because it's been longer since it's been out. So at least make sure like during the window that this is like a new release, you want to pick it up if you're interested. Otherwise, like once the set goes out of print and they're sold out in stores, it's going to be really hard to get the stuff. So definitely make sure you get it. So let me know if you guys are all hyped for this. Let me know if this would maybe get you to start playing Magic, or if you're just interested in collecting, or maybe you're not interested at all. But I want to hear from some Final Fantasy fans out there. Let me know what you all think. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all on the next one.